Josh, y'all, and I used to run the Makers of Entertaining Games Association. And let's get right into it. This is the Welcome to USC Games event that we have been planning for a few months now, and this event is really for everyone involved in the games community here to really get a sense of what kind of work gets done here. The program for today is Professors Tracy Fullerton and Mike Zaida will be speaking about the various aspects of the program. Then student leaders from the Makers of Entertaining Games Association will be talking about what kinds of things students do in and outside of class. Then we'll head upstairs around 6:40, 6:45 to get food and play games. Sound good? Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Professor Tracy Fullerton, who is the chair of the Interactive Media and Games Division, which has this new building here, and we're very thankful for the division for providing us the food and the space, as well as the Game Pipe program shared by Professor Zaida. So, Tracy.
All right. So many bodies in this room to make it warm enough. Honestly, I've been freezing all day, so thank you for coming and making it warm. It's really appreciated. As Raghav mentioned, he asked me to talk actually a little bit about myself and the program. So I brought some slides because it helps me remember who I am. I chair the Interactive Media Division, the Interactive Media and Games Division of the School of Cinematic Arts, and that is not the newest division, certainly in our opinion one of the most exciting divisions of the school. And the school has a focus really on entertainment, and so we are kind of a future-looking division of the school in terms of our focus on visual media and interactive entertainment. Myself, I come from industry. I was a game designer for many years, while I was in the industry, I was always trying to push the envelope and make really innovative projects, for good or for ill. But the thing that I learned was this thing I now call the play-centric method, which I wrote about in the book that many of you read in 488 if you've taken that class. That book and writing that book and thinking about how people design games and how they learn the craft and the art of designing games really is what sort of led me to USC. I'm actually an alum, and when I thought about where I might want to teach game design, of course, this was my first thought. So back in 1999, I came here and started one class in game design, and that was what became 488, the game design workshop class. And things have changed, things have grown. We now have not only the game design workshop class, but of course we have the whole Bachelor of Arts, and we have also a Master of Fine Arts, and we have a number of minors in game design, game audio, animation, entrepreneurism, and we even have a PhD program, for those of you who are thinking far ahead, that's doing some really interesting work crossing the boundaries of different kinds of media and how they interact with games. So for me, the Interactive Media and Games Division has been a labor of love. I first started teaching here when I was in industry, and about halfway through I sort of said, I love this so much, I'm going to come do it every day. We've had the program now, we celebrated our 10th anniversary last year, and this building is kind of a birthday present, if you will, and we're super happy to have it because we've never had a space actually where we could all be together. We've never actually been able to kind of work and live and play and be in the same space. So it's super exciting. I wanted to say, some of you I know are graduate students. We also have a number of research programs in this particular building and is affiliated with the division. And those are the Game Innovation Lab, which you may know, that's my own research lab that I run. The Mobile Media Lab, the MXR, the Immersive Lab, Creative Media and Behavioral Health, the Stereoscopic 3D Lab, and one of the newest ones, the World Building Media Lab. these are all places where you actually you can get involved, and we highly encourage you to do so. Rob also asked me to talk a little bit about philosophy, so I'll do that super quickly before we move on. One of the sort of pillars of the School of Cinematic Arts is our tradition of teaching collaboration and creative leadership. And of course that was in the traditional arts, but now it is in the digital media and interactive and more playful arts. And I think that the class that we are most familiar with probably in this room, the 91, the advanced game class, that is an extension of that tradition of teaching collaboration and creative leadership. Within our division, we think of game design as an aesthetic practice, a cultural practice. It's something we do as a community, right? It's something we're deeply passionate about. We're very interested in pushing the boundaries of the medium. We try to actually keep our community very selective and pretty small. It's growing by leaps and bounds, but we still try to make it so that we all know one another, and we know, hey, you know what, if you're doing something cool, that's the person who knows how to make it happen, have enough touch points within our community so we don't become anonymous, so we really can know each other and build on each other's work. We're super proud here at the School of Cinematic Arts of the kind of alumni that we've produced over the years, and I think that that is a testament to the community. So, in my mind, you guys embody that. It is a responsibility as well as an opportunity. It's something that you carry with you as USC graduates when you leave the school. I can't think of anything I'm more proud of than to say that last year's Game of the Year was produced by USC alumni. Woo! Exactly. Woo! Just to see that happen over again. Please go out and make a difference.
Thanks, Tracy. I'm now going to introduce to you Professor Michael Saida, who's director of the GamePie program. This encompasses the computer science games bachelor's and master's programs in the Toby School of Engineering.
All right, great. Start out a little bit, tell you a little bit about myself. I've been at USC, almost 3 years. Before I came here, I spent a number of years at another school. I have a bachelor's in bioengineering and a minor in Spanish literature from UC San Diego, Hawaii, a long time ago. And I started in computer graphics in 1973, which is before you were born, probably. And I went to UMass Amherst. I have a master's in computer science from there, and then I went to Washington University in St. Louis, where I started in a double PhD program in physiology, biophysics, and computer science. And I did that for about 2.5 years until I dropped the physiology, biophysics. I was taking 11 units of courses at the medical school in the morning and 9 units of computer science in the afternoon, and I figured maybe I should get out of school before I'm 50 years old. And I went from Washington in St. Louis to be a professor at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California, and I was there 21 years. I was in the computer science department there. I founded a thing called the MOVES Institute, the Modeling Virtual Environments and Simulation Institute. I also founded a degree called the MOVES degree, which is a Modeling Virtual Environment Simulation degree. And that degree is used by the Navy and the Army and the Marine Corps to provide modeling and simulation subspecialty education for people who build virtual environments for training primarily and analysis. So I was there a long time, and one of the things I got to do at the Naval Postgraduate School is I got to build a game called America's Army, if anybody's ever played that game. I got this contract from the Army to build America's Army about the end of 1999. And I had a PhD student who finished his PhD and didn't have a job. So I said, Mike, you should help me build this game. And in 27 months, we shipped America's Army 1.0. And my student, a guy named Mike Capps, gave me 2 weeks notice, and he quit and went to become president of Epic Games. And he was president of Epic Games until December, in which he, about 18 months before that, he had sold 46% of Epic Games to Tencent Games for something like $330 million. He called in rich, So he went to Ship America's Army 2.0. I took one of my other guys, a guy named Alex Mabry, and I made him my executive producer for that game. We shipped the 2.0 version of the game. Alex gave 2 weeks notice, and he went to become senior producer for World of Warcraft. And at that point in time, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go do this game. I'm gonna go found the engineering side of games down at USC, and try and make a joint with cinema, which already had started the interactive media program about a year before I got here. And we've been amazingly successful in putting our programs together in the year one final advanced games class. So we have, as he said, a bachelor's in computer science specialized in games, a master's in computer science specialized in games. I have about 7 PhD students, and we work in a variety of areas. Most of them have been working on how do you model human emotions using AI systems and meld emotional modeling with cognitive modeling so that you can build AI characters that you can, play with their emotions. I'm also, probably about 1987, I started working in how do you network visual simulation systems across the internet, and I wrote a book with a student who was then a student, a guy named Sandeep Singhal, called Network Virtual Environments Design Implementation. When that book came out in 1999, Sandeep went on in his career. Today he is general manager of Microsoft and director of networking for the Windows operating system. So he and I wrote this book, which turns out to be the fundamental technology for how you build online games. So everybody who has built an online game infrastructure in the past has read this book and gone off and built that. So I take my networking side and AI side and put them together, and a lot of the things I think about now is how do we take news feeds that come across the network, like what's on CNN.com, what's on LATimes.com, because I'm a news and Washington Post. I like read 3 newspapers a day, anyway, and have the AI characters read the news and then change their behaviors based on what is the news of the day. Is it happy news? Is it sad news? Is it upsetting news? So I think a lot about that. All right. What else can I say? So probably the thing I'm most proud of is the year-long final games, advanced games class that we run here. In that class last year, there were 82 engineers and 30 interactive media students, and we had 150 artists from 4 outside art schools. So I think we had on the order of something that on the order of 250 students building games that we showed at both of our demo days last year. And when you think of a game development studio that has 250 people in it, that class itself, I think, is up in the top 5 in terms of size game development studios in the city of Los Angeles. So where have our students gone off from the engineering side is what I mostly keep track of, although Tracy and I have had lots of common students. I know Genova Shen was on my first grant proposal here from the National Science Foundation, who built that game Immune Attack. And the programmer that worked on that project, Sumi Jakadar, is today like one of the senior software engineers on Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Call of Duty World War. He did all of the single-player AI stuff. He's rewriting the entire AI engine for the Call of Duty line. In fact, when Black Ops 2 came out and they listed the engineers that were on that, I think it was something like 50% of the team were USC graduate engineers. So we have a pretty big thing. If you went to Zynga and looked at the senior software engineers for almost every single game that they've shipped, they're from here. If you went up to Disney Interactive, you'd see, I think Disney Infinity just posted that their head technology office is 50% engineers from here at USC. So we have a big impact. So I always joke, I say, what we're doing is we are taking over the game industry from the bottom. And this is no kidding, we already are.
And the top. We're taking it from the bottom and the top.
Well, we're pushing our people up from the bottom to the top. On the engineering side, students from our program, after about 2.5 years, they become leads. And about 3 to 4 years, they become senior software engineers. And I just had, Dave King from Activision, who's the director of technology, say basically, we're going to stop looking at other schools for engineers at the moment, because why do we do that? Because in Los Angeles, we can get the people we want. So we're doing pretty well at getting into doing that. So what else do we want? Philosophies? Yeah, I mean, the best advice I have for getting a job in the game industry is build stuff while you're here. And so that means, if there's a way that you can do final games twice, advanced games twice, that's really good. I know in the engineering side, when I designed the undergraduate program, I said, well, everyone will take it in their last year. And what we found is the most successful students that we've had have sometimes volunteered in their second year as an undergraduate to do something in one of the games. And in their third year, they're a little bit more senior role in the games. In their fourth year, they're a lead in the game. And all of the students who've done that have gone off to Grand Theft Auto 5 or Diablo 3 or somewhere very exciting, okay? What you're trying to do in both of our programs is create a portfolio that you can show people when you interview. Just here's a game I built, here's the piece I built. You need to take a piece and own it so that when the interview, they can say, well, your team had 40 people, and what did you do? You can say, well, I built the AI competitor doing this, and here's the particular demo. So I think that becomes very critical for you in moving on in this program. What else can I say? Do well. If you come here, I know all the students I meet are amazingly passionate because there are other things they can do besides games at this university. The students that we have want to do games, are compelled to do games. This is the best motivator for you long-term in life, is pick something that you truly, truly love. And I'm sure that's why you're all here. That's what I say, follow your passion. All right, I'll stop there.
Thanks, Professor Zaida. I'm now going to introduce to you the president of the Makers of Entertaining Games Association, TJ Darcy.
So I'm a terribly awkward public speaker, so I've got my note cards up here, just so I don't forget everything I'm going to say. Like my name. My name is TJ Darcy. I'm a junior in the CS Games program, and like Raghav said, I'm the president of MEGA, and I hope that you guys are